Hi, everyone. Well, I took the word grace very seriously. In fact, giving myself a break. Not that this is a burden to do these videos, but I never ever wanted it to be, well, you got to put a video out, Brenda, so cough up something to say. If I don't have anything to share that is of value or that I think will uplift, I'd rather be silent. And there were so many things that happened in the last month that rendered me speechless. I considered the topic of racism and I looked at my own privilege. And I had to do some reading and thinking before I even wanted to speak on a topic that really affects our entire country and has divided us. And it's not enough to not be a racist. It's very important to be an anti-racist and to stand up for what is right. So I've been thinking about that. And of course, COVID-19 continues. And for the first time in months, I was able to see my mother. And I try to stay away from polarizing issues on this page because I believe in bringing people together and lifting people up. But I have to say, when you have an 85-year-old mother who is severely compromised, you get upset when you don't see people in masks. And we understand you feel infringed upon. And yet it's not about you. It's about someone's mother who, if she were to catch this virus, it could be a fatal blow. There are so many different things. Oh, and then there was the COVID, you've heard of the freshman 10. Well, for me, it was the COVID 30. And just when you're stuck at home and all you do is eat stuff that's not great for you, and your gym was closed. I'm speaking for myself. My gym was closed. So there was a lot going on. And I took the grace space, which was our last word, grace, to quiet myself, to consider some things, and also to start Weight Watchers, which has been delightful, by the way, because you really aren't restricted. You can choose from anything, and your points, well, if you want to use more one day and less the next, it still works. So I'm almost 10 pounds down and I'm pretty happy about that. How are you? I hope that you are well. I am very grateful for this platform where we can connect and find a spot of sunshine in what has been some challenging times. You may or may not agree with me about some of the things I've said, and I respect that. I believe we should be able to respectfully disagree. Discourse is what intelligent people have. And so I do hope you are well. I do look for another word for us, and I may not do this every 2 weeks. I may do this as I feel led to say something, and I think that that's okay too, because this is not a job. It's not a chore. It's a labor of love, because I love people, and I believe that love is the most excellent way. Love is the best course of action in any situation, to say, what would love do? How would love respond? Love that believes all things, bears all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love that is patient, love that is kind. Love doesn't clamor. If you don't have love, it's like a clanging cymbal, and I never want to be that. So I'm asking for a word for the next 2 weeks or so. We'll see how it goes. The answer is resilience. In my full-time position, I've been working with a group of ladies who have a condition called lipedema. Lipedema affects 11% of the female population. That's a lot of people, yet most of them are undiagnosed. They are shamed often because this is a painful fat disorder that grows exponentially, and it progresses, and it's out of proportion. You could have a perfectly quote unquote normal sized upper body and then have a disproportionate saddlebags around your hip area. There's cuffing around your ankle. It doesn't affect your feet. Anyhow, no matter amount of diet or exercise, the fat does not go away. And as somebody who has struggled with her weight her entire life, I feel for these ladies. And when I think of the word resilience, I think of them because they have often had to diagnose themselves because it isn't often recognized by the medical profession. They research diligently online ways to effectively manage their condition and to get some relief, because it's really not about the size, it's about the pain and the mobility issues that that pain creates. There is one dear friend, and I will tag her in this post. Her name is Patty Cornute. She used to not be able to walk to her mailbox, and now she is running and leading triathlons to raise awareness for the cause of lipedema, Lipedema, and she embodies what I know as the word resilience. Resilience is that fighting spirit that doesn't say die, that doesn't give up, that will not wave the white flag until they achieve their goal or get the answers they're looking for. And so I consider this word a charge for all of us for whatever you're digging into. And by the way, if you are conflicted about some of the issues in the world today, I say that's a good thing. Don't immediately be defensive and defend your position and that you are right. In fact, the healthiest place to be is in a position where you're willing to be wrong, where you're willing to grow and you're willing to learn. And that takes resilience, not resistance, resilience. A desire to continue to grow rather than to stay stuck wherever you've always been or wherever your parents always have been or what generations back in your family have been. No, because of our resilience, we can say the buck stops here. No more. It's going to be different going forward. I will not accept what has been acceptable in the past. I think if many of us rise up in resilience, there will be a shift, and love ultimately will win. That's what I'm rooting for. And I'm rooting for all of you too. Have a very resilient couple of weeks ahead.